Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to the Real Talk Show with your own Jen Somaga. Oh my goodness, I love this moment because we get to be motivated, we get to be inspired, and yet we are having fun, right? I want to say thank you so much for all of you who have subscribed, for those of you who have shared, and please keep doing this. If you have not subscribed yet, you're not late. Get in there and subscribe because I'm telling you, we have a lot in stock. We're going to have great moments on this Real Talk Show. Meanwhile, this is May. This is May. All mothers out there, it's your month. So we started this show talking about dreams. And we are everyone out there is trying to pursue their dreams. We talked about the obstacles we face when we try to pursue our dreams. We talked about self-doubt. We talked about the postponing. We talked about fear. And then today, I'm like, because it's Mother's Month, I'll be dedicating this whole month to these superheroes. And I'm so excited that I'm going to be sharing with you the great women in my life, the women who have inspired me, the women who played a role in my life, that I am who I am today. And I am so excited, even thinking about it, that this particular lady I'm going to begin with, she loves selflessly. She's incredible. This lady, I prayed to God for 9 years. For 9 years that I was not in Uganda, that please God, may you keep her safe for me. I'm telling you. I prayed for her when I was going in the, driving, when I was in the park with my kids, when I was taking a shower, that please keep her safe for me. I want to find her alive. I want to find when her brain is intact so she can recognize my voice, hear my voice, that she can see and tell it's me. And I'm telling you, this lady, I got to meet her after 9 years. In 2019, I flew back to Uganda. And I want you to join me and watch the moments I spent with her. She is a beautiful woman. She is a woman of substance. She is our loving great grandmother. She is a mother, and she is my own grandmother, Magdalene. So please get to watch. See, that's my Jaja. I'm with my Jaja right now. That's my Jaja. Baze mulungi. Baze wa Jaja moliotya.
Omwana yagenda n'ewaabwe wa nyina. Bwe baakoma omukubo. Maama ye n'amugamba jangu tugende. N'alinnya omuti. N'awanula ebyakulya ng'osobola kukulaba ensala alina olinnya. N'amugamba nti jangu tugende. Nganye. N'agamba wa mukulu wo nganye. Jangu tugende. N'amwegayirira omwana n'agaana. Sigala ng'oli yaffe tugenze naye ekyo n'alaba. Tugamba nti twakulese. Omwana asigala mu mutawanula alya. Maama we n'agenda ne mukulu we. N'avaayo mu muti. Abaatuuka wansi. Nsolo we yamusangira n'emutwala. Yamutwala n'emuteeka mu gisero. nemugamba genda ng'oyimba tufune ebyokulya
nzijjukira awo
atandika kuyimba nagenda na mwami waaliyo nensanga malumbira lumbala
That is my grandmom. I love her so much. You saw how she was telling me those beautiful old stories that she had told me like 30 years plus ago. And she could remember the stories. Oh my God, she's good. She doesn't forget nothing. She still remembers everything. She is that good. And she's turning 100 years soon. So, allow me say some Luganda words to her. Jajja. Manyi ojja kulaba ka video kano. Naye njagala okutegeeza nti jajja nkwagala nnyo. Webale kubeera jajja omulungi. Webale okubeera omuntu omukyala yagala abantu bonna asembeza buli omu. Webale kubeera nga wafuba n'otuukiriza ebirooto by'omu bulamu bwo. Webale kubeera nga obeereddewo abantu si bafamire yo yokka naye n'abantu abalala bonna abazze mu bulamu bwo. Tukwagala nnyo jajja era nsaba nti Katonda agenda kunkuumira era nja kukomawo tufune akaseera akalungi nate. I love you and I can't wait to see you again. Those were beautiful words for my grandmother. So listen, you could be wondering, why is Jane going on and on about this lady? But that lady you saw, she originates from Rwanda. In the 1920s or 1930s, there was a time when Rwanda was having a conflict among the tribes there. That time, that conflict had been created by the colonialists. They came in Rwanda and divided Rwanda basing on their tribes. So history shows that when the Europeans came, they looked at the Tutsi, and yet Tutsi were the minority tribe. But because the Tutsi are kind of light-skinned, maybe like you see me, or a little bit lighter, and they are beautiful, as in they are tall, they are light-skinned. To the Europeans, that was good to them. That was beauty to them, and they kind of believed that they were kind of superior compared to the Hutu. That's how they believed it. That was their concept. So they decided to get all the power and entrusted it to the Tutsi, who were the minority. So that caused conflict. That was the time when now Rwanda started looking at them. Rwandese started looking at themselves as, different. I'm Hutu, I'm Tutsi. So all we saw in the 1990s when the genocide happened was just an eruption of a volcano. But it had started way, way back. So by those years of the 1930s, my grandmom was a teenager. And she had just gotten married to my grandfather, who passed, and may his soul rest in peace. They decided to leave Rwanda and go settle in Uganda as refugees because they had, my grandmother says she had a dream to have a place where she will grow her children when they are safe. She wanted to have a family, settle peacefully with no fear, because she was Tutsi and she was scared that the Hutus could do anything to them, because they had already started killing people. But of course it wasn't like a genocide by then. So my grandmother comes as a refugee. We all know when you're a refugee, life is not easy. Life is not easy. You're going to have to find a place to live. And I can imagine these people walked, because I don't think there was any means of transportation by then. They must have walked from Rwanda to Uganda. Oh my goodness. I can imagine the forests. I can imagine lions, snakes, leopards in these big places, forests they went through to reach Uganda. But nothing stopped them because they had a dream to pursue. So they came and settled in Uganda. They left everything. They left their culture. They left their friends. They left their family and came because they had a dream. How many times do we step out of our comfort zones to pursue our dreams? How many times do we focus and say, no matter what, how hard the situation is or how challenging it is, I'm pursuing and I'm willing to attain my dream? This my grandmother decided that nothing is gonna stop me. Nothing is gonna hinder me to pursue what I want. If it's a lion on the way, we're gonna get to a fight. This woman was strong-willed. You know, she said, I'll not look back. Sometimes we look at the past, but she came determined to forsake all the pleasures she knew and settled as a refugee in another country. And when she settles in Uganda, my grandmom says life wasn't that easy because they had left their business, they left their home. You know, when you are a refugee, you don't carry your house and go with it to where you're going to settle, right? You can't come with your plot of land or farm or there's nothing you carry. You just go as you are. So when they came to Uganda, this grandmom of mine says they had to do any job that was available for them. Actually, those Rwandese who came to Uganda in those years of 1920s or 30s, they did all the casual work you can think about. Leave alone these Rwandese you're seeing in Uganda driving Mercedes-Benz or living in mansions. No. The other Rwandese worked so hard to become or to attain their dreams. I'm talking about about my grandmother. They worked so hard. They were cattle keepers. They left their farms in Rwanda, but they came and worked as cattle keepers. My grandmom was a maid. My grandmom worked on a farm. But in her, she had a dream. She wanted a place which was so peaceful that she could raise a family. How many times do we do even the simple, how do we, what can I say? How many times do we do those things that are not, worth doing? We sometimes despise the humble beginnings. But my grandmom did not despise. Remember, I told you she was a teenager. She was young. Those days they used to marry when you're 16. She was a very young girl. She would have said, I can't work as a maid. But no, she had a dream. All she needed was to work and be able to attain her own place, which she did. She tells us that in a few years, they were able to buy their own piece of land, They were no longer, my grandfather was no more a cattle keeper for other people. She owned her own kraal of cows, and she was no longer a cattle keeper. Instead, she was employing other people to work for him. So my grandmom was so determined. She had, I remember when we were growing up, she had this big, like during time of harvest, she would invite everyone in the village and offer them food and offer them beans, offer them corn, offer them banana, whatever, everything, yam. She was a hard-working woman. So, this mother, this grandmother, this great-grandmother has something we can learn from her. She was resilient. She never looked at the past. She never regretted why she left her motherland, Rwanda. But she was so focused. What do we do when we face challenges? Do we regret why we started on our pursuing the dreams that we have? Or do we keep going? Today, I'm here to tell you that we can become my grandmother. We can copy from her. We can try to learn something from her. And we say, you know what? We're gonna do it. We cannot give up now. We cannot, please. Get up, arise. This lady I'm talking about, she has lived. I'm telling you, she's turning 100 years. But there's still a lot to learn from her. She never gives up. Just imagine leaving everything that you knew. Some of you are settled in different countries. Some of you are immigrants. But you rather be an immigrant than be a refugee. Because an immigrant, before he or she leaves their country, plans that journey well. Okay? They can even plan where they're going to go, stay with who, they plan the invitation and all that. But a refugee, it's all about running. You're just running away from that war, or you're running away from abuse and all that. That's the same situation my grandmother was in. But she decided to say, you know what, I'm going to run, go settle somewhere because I'm not willing to die. I want to see my family. I want to raise a family. And she has attained it. She raised children, grandchildren, now great-grandchildren. And I mean not only from her blood. I mean she has raised generations from different people, from different tribes in Uganda. People know her. They love her. So, my dear friends, I just want us to learn from her that we can be like my grandmom. We can embrace those changes. We can fight through our challenges, our difficulties, and not look back, but look forward to attaining those dreams that we have. I love you so much, and I can't lie to you. I enjoy the moment we have between me, you, and you, and you, and you. I enjoy this moment. So, in our next episode, I'll bring you another superhero lady in my life. So stay tuned, and may God bless. Bye for now.